Today on the channel, we'll be unboxing the evil that sees everything. Here Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Newman, and today we'll be unboxing Klops from Mattel's Masters of the Universe cartoon collection line. This 1/12 scale figure measures 5.5 inches in height. It's made of plastic, contains up to 16 points of articulation, is encased in retro-style packaging, and comes with the rock softener and a mini-comic. Now before we begin the unboxing, I would just like to ask that you like this video if you do indeed like it, and subscribe. That way you'll never miss a future unboxing. Now I bought my figure as a pre-order from BigBadToyStore.com. They're a great online company, you should really give them your business. I would highly recommend them, Entertainment Earth, and other direct retailers. Although you may get a better deal at a Walmart, Amazon, or a Target, you sacrifice customer service and reliability. And I think it's high time we leave those big faceless corporations in the past. Now before we go ahead and tear this thing open and completely mutilate the package, let's take a look at it. Now this wave sports the new Hordak themed card bag, with Mr. Not Quite a Vampire looming over a Castle Grayskull that's gone ablaze. In the upper left hand corner we have the new 40th anniversary logo for She-Ra. Turning to the back of the package, we have some illustrations of the other figures in this wave, as well as a very nice illustration of Klops giving He-Man the business, as well as some directions of his tri-visor for the uninitiated, and a picture of the rock softener in action. Okay, let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. Alright, and here we have Klops, no one's favorite character. I just, of course, please Klops fans, do not come for me. I know there are quite a few of you out there, and I know someone has a very nice Klops story based from their childhood. I don't know of any, but I'm sure you're out there. Let's go over articulation. So head goes all the way around, it's on a ball joint, a very good range of movement. The actual visor, however, is super duper tight. So tight that I think I'm actually going to try and get this thing untightened off camera. Let's move on to the arms. They go up to about yay high. We have single joints in the elbows. They are nice and tight, so very good. Other elbows good. We have very good arrangement in the wrist. There's a hinge on there as well. Waist goes all the way around. Legs go up to about yay high, so you can do the splits for the most part. There are single joints in the knees, which are nice and tight. Those are good. Then we've got a boot cut here as well. Those are good. Very good range of movement in the ankles, which is pretty standard for the cartoon collection and origin figure. So yep, articulation is there. It's very good. No mishaps, no loose joints. We're all looking pretty good. So good, we're going to go ahead and move on to his accessories. So before the accessories, our preamble is going to be the instructions that show the figure's many modular pieces, so that you can go ahead and play mix and match with the old Klops. And here we have the rock softener, the artifact that the figure comes with. I gotta be honest, I was fully expecting to get the satellite that was apparently just under a giant rock in the Diamond Ray of Disappearance. I don't know what that was about. But no, we get the, we get this. You know, it's fine. It's fine! And lastly, we have the mini-comic. It's the same mini-comic that came with the other figures in this wave. I guess you could pause it, read it if you want. I mean, you can try anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring old Not Summers back into the mix. So you know what? I mean, this is a good-looking toy. It looks cartoon accurate for the most part. I'm glad that the green on his costume is a little darker than the Club Grayskull Filmation figure that came out a few years back. That was a little too light for my taste. However, I do think that this green could have been just maybe a shade or two darker still. It's got the 3 little medallions on his belt, much like the Filmation version. And you know what? I'm going to interrupt myself. I finally got this thing unstuck. So, yeah, man, they made this visor super tight. So, I mean, I guess that's a good thing. It's not going to be too loosey-goosey. Now, back to my original train of thought. Now, if I did have one complaint about the Filmation accuracy of this, is that the boots that he has, although they aren't the fuzzy boots on his shins, they are the straps on his feet. I realize this is extremely anal of me to point out, but I just felt I had to point it out. Okay, so here we go. Here we have the rock softener in Triclops' hands. You know what? It's a good fit. I'm glad that this is an actual weapon that could be used. I'm just going to pretend that that it wasn't a rock softener and that it's a some sort of doomsday ray. That feels a little more threatening. All right, so let's go ahead and start some comparisons with Mr. Triclops. I'm going to start off with a Revelation, Masterverse Triclops, and an Origins. So there's no mistaking that all of these three characters are Triclops. Let's go ahead and bring the cartoon collection and the Origins closer together. So obviously there are different shades of green going on here. Other than that, there's not a lot of difference. Also, the boots and the undies are a different shade of brown. Or, you know what, I think these actually might be black on the Origins figure. But, you know, not a lot of difference going on here. Just one's in cursive, one's in print. Gonna go ahead and bring in a newer figure, the new Eternia Triclops. And again, not a lot of difference. This new Eternia Triclops is actually a lot closer to the Origins figure than this cartoon collection. And we're bringing in the Revelations version. You know what? All of these figures are actually quite nice. I know I said that this is nobody's favorite character, but you know what? Honestly, I think it's just because of this toy. All of those other figures, the Revelation, the new Eternia, and to a certain extent the Origins figure, they all look pretty nice. I think this just might be too stripped down. Okay, final thoughts. So there's nothing inherently wrong with this figure. I think it's a good looking figure. It's very Filmation accurate, despite a few differences here and there, but nothing too egregious. I think this just might be an issue with the Filmation design. It's a little boring. It just kind of looks like a He-Man variant, or He-Man undercover as a made-up character. He doesn't really seem to have his own personality like the other figures, specifically the Masterverse figures and the Origins figure. So he just kind of comes off a little boring in one note. So I guess in the end, I wouldn't really call this a must-have figure. I would get this if you want to complete the line, if you want a full roster of Filmation characters for your display. But if you're just collecting one figure here and there, you really don't need this guy. And with that, I'm going to call it a wrap. I am Rip It Open with Newman on all the socials, links in my profile. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Hit the bell for notifications, and I will check you later.